Welcome to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. Every Tuesday, Michelle and Roger Welch take a deep dive into the intriguing and proactive world of metaphysics, a world beyond our human perception. They'll talk to empaths, readers, and other guests from all walks of life to find out what's hiding under the surface, uncover the mysteries of our modern world, and reveal the answers you need to live a happy, healthier life. Now, here's your hosts, Michelle and Roger Welch.
Hello, how is everyone doing tonight?
Hey, what's happening?
What's happening with you?
Oh, not much, just running. Look, Matt, look what I got tonight. My emergency Bigfoot collar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I finally...
Well, why don't you have it open?
So,
We've
Not
got
good in an emergency if you don't have it open.
kids with toys here at SoulWhat tonight.
ready?
It's Christmas, a belated Christmas.
It's a good growl.
What sound is that?
That's a
Is he
howl.
mad at that sound? Or
It could be a territorial howl. Yeah, you could hear that.
here we go, ready?
that's a mating call.
It's chuffing. I think is what they're doing.
You're an expert. You are an expert.
I am an expert.
There's the
yeah.
roar.
You really are an expert.
Here we go. This is the one when Michelle says something and we're like, oh, God. Michelle.
So, are there 4 sounds?
4 sounds.
I didn't hear a good
So-
whoop in there.
There's not one. I'm shocked there's not a whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Whoop. I think I did that better. Whoop. Because I'm an Aggie. I can do whoop.
Here we go.
So are you in charge of that, or is Matt in charge of? I thought the guy at
I'm
the.
gonna leave Roger in charge of that.
You're gonna
one.
leave Roger in charge of that. It's not very loud. You have to hold it up to the microphone.
I know, that's what I did.
We need to find some way to wire it into the board.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
We'll use that other little mic. We'll set it right on
Yeah,
top
yeah.
of it.
That's
exactly what we
funny.
can do. So tonight, what are we talking about?
Tonight we decided to talk about some of the crazy things we have seen on or heard about on TikTok. Some of them I haven't actually seen because I'm just like, oh, give me a break and I won't watch it. But you've seen most.
I've seen
I
some
think
of
you've
it,
seen
yeah.
everything
And
on
then when I went
there
back to
is on
find,
TikTok.
and then I went back to find some of them. Obviously, you can't find them because I think people also they say shit on TikTok and then they get embarrassed by it and they delete it
They say
because
it
they
when they're
realize
drunk.
what a dumb fuck they are by saying it.
Roger, there goes the first F-bomb of the night. If anybody's drinking, there you go. There's your first shot of the night, right? Okay.
So I think that happens a lot because there was one that I was looking for that, what was she? She literally put her amethyst inside the crock pot and cooked them.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and Riley and I were laughing about it because we were all looking for the different videos and stuff that we've all seen, today. And we were laughing because I sent it to her. And she's like, oh, remember the one with the dumb fuck with the crock pot and put her amethyst in
There's
there.
drink 2.
I'm gonna get y'all getting drunk.
No.
tonight.
That's not the point of the show.
What was she trying to do with that?
What was she doing? She was cleansing her crystals in the crock pot.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
Why the
seriously?
crock pot?
Kinda
Just
like a
because it would
little crystal
fit?
broth or something like that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, you think they cleaned the acid off first, or just put them in there and just started cooking them?
I don't know.
You do realize, guys, they clean crystals with acid,
What kind? You've always told me what kind it is. 'Cause
boric acid.
Boric acid.
There's a couple of different ones, but it's basically boric acid.
When they tumble your stones, they use boric acid too.
Yeah.
So you always want to wash them off, even if they're water soluble. You can still rinse off your crystals with a damp. You can run them underwater really fast and then dry them off, right?
Yeah,
So people will be like, "Oh, don't get selenite wet." Well, you still can wash it off a little
Actually,
bit.
somebody had some desert rose selenite. They sent me a picture of it. Sent to Ashley. Wanted to know if we wanted it. It's a pretty large piece. I'm like, sure. But it was outside in the rain here in Texas, and obviously it didn't melt away.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it's where they're mined. I mean, it's out. Usually not
outside
in the
anyway.
rain, but it's.
Yeah.
I guess
They
I'm
think
about to
it
say
was-
something stupid, but I'm assuming in the desert. Well, so what is amethyst really? What should
That's
you?
what Raleigh said. Yeah, she was amplifying their crystal energy in the crock pot. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes.
amplify.
And she put it with herbs. It wasn't just that; it was with herbs.
Oh, so it was like a tea.
So,
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. You know,
I
we won't
wonder-
take that. Never mind. I won't say that because then we'll get hate mail.
you
And it
don't-
was Michelle who said it, not me.
no, I know him.
Michelle said it, not me.
But what the thing with that, just to be the person who gives the reality of it, with amethyst, there's one right there,
Yeah.
right? With amethyst, you don't. This is a beautiful piece right here. You don't have to. It's a quartz, okay? So it's
Yes.
quartz that just has some different. Well, they call them impurities. Geologists do that make them look that beautiful. So they don't impurities form into really beautiful things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to amplify quartz. That's already what they do. Quartz crystals already amplify everything and they already clarify everything. So you really don't have to ramp them up any more than they already are. There's nothing. They do that on their own. That's what you use them for.
Yeah.
So you don't have to put them in your crock pot.
Not only that, there was another guy today I saw, and I did have the video. We won't even play that video because we got plenty we can make fun of. But he was saying to charge your crystals, you just can, charge your crystals to use them on your body. You can put it in the sun or the moonlight.
Yeah.
Which, guys, got to be careful with that because if you put amethyst in the moonlight or the sunlight, it can fade over time. Right?
Over time.
Put it in the moonlight, you might have a little critters outside running off with your crystals too. So you got to think about that one. And you can bury it in the earth.
Just mark the spot.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Or you can just hold it in your hand and put your energy into it. Now that was the dumbest one I thought. So you're going to charge a crystal with your energy to have the crystal charge your energy.
I've actually said that one before, though.
I'm like, why are you charging something to give with your energy to give your energy back to you?
Well, that's true. But if you use that as an example, everything's one eventually, and there'd be no reason to. I don't believe in charging crystals anyway. They're already charged.
They're already charged. They come out of the ground charged, ready to
Yeah.
go.
So I don't think you need to charge crystals. I would believe in charging them sooner than I would in. We have a crystal deck coming out, and I write about this at the beginning. Charging them is one thing, but you really don't have to program them because they already have personalities. It'd be like if I said, here's Matt, and I'm going to program. I just got Matt, and I'm going to program him to be what I want him to be.
Yeah.
Would you like that?
I think people do try to do that.
That
though.
people do, but they do that with their crystals too, right?
yeah.
And so this amethyst, I'm going to decide what I want it to be. Does it go over very well though? Usually,
No,
not for
it
long.
probably doesn't work very well.
Right? Okay, so it doesn't work very long. It might work for a few minutes, but people already have their personalities. And not only do amethysts, just like humans, already have a personality that we come in with, or like wolves have wolf personalities, then each individual wolf has a personality, right? Same with crystals. So amethysts have, it's named after the Greek term for undrunk. So it's good for addiction, sobriety, sleeping well, good for headaches. It's great to put beside your bed. It'll calm you down. It's a royalty stone. The bishops wear it. So a lot of royalty, and it's actually a very spiritual stone. But you don't have to ramp up any of its energy or program it to do anything because it already has its own personality. So each individual crystal has its own personality too, right?
Yeah.
So we've debunked that TikTok. Let's move on to the next one.
Do we have
The crock pot amethyst.
Crock pot amethyst. But wait, I'm all right, guys.
I think the word crock pot gave us the
Yeah.
clue on that one.
Oh wait, I got to get over here. I'm gonna find this one that I had. This one I sent this one to you. Let me find it here. Here it is. All right,
To you being me or Matt.
to you.
Okay.
Okay, hang on a second.
Actual spiritual bath.
And guys, if you know these people, I'm sorry.
Hey guys, I just wanted to share with you guys what an actual spiritual bath looks like. This is only part 1 for me. This is like part 2, the major part, actually right here. What I have in the water is angelica root, cinnamon, cumin, bay leaves, and pink Himalayan salt. I will put in a video what each of those herbs do. Also, so what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna get in the water and I'm gonna meditate, Okay, I'm basically visualize all the bad energy and bad juju people have put on me or tried to put on me, and rinse that off. Okay, and then after that's done, I'm gonna turn on my shower head, and then as the water comes down on my body, I'm gonna picture all of that washing down into the drain. Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop it there. If you don't know what it was wrong with that video,
Let's see if they can guess.
oh, I
What
gotta get
was
back
wrong
over
with that?
there.
What was wrong with that video?
Was
Oh,
it-
that was me talking. That's
Yeah.
what's wrong with that video. Somehow Michelle was on that video.
So
What's wrong with that video, guys? What is it?
I have to get back over
I
to the
know.
video, but
I think I know.
do you really?
Yeah, I think you're going to need the plumber out there pretty soon. It's one of the things.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think in my house that I would have a husband named Roger that's going to be screaming, especially if that bathtub's upstairs, because pretty soon there's going to be water leaking down to the downstairs.
Yeah, because and we have organza bags here, guys. And if you don't want to use organza bags, maybe you can get the refillable tea bags. You can get
All kinds of things.
a piece of fabric and put all your herbs inside inside those bags or your fabric, tie it up and let it seep, kind of like a tea. I mean, because you will hear those actually called as a bath tea, and that's what they are. Let
Yeah.
it seep, into the bath water for you. Because if you do 2 baths or 3 baths like that, guess who's coming next is the plumber, and that's probably going to cost you about $500.
And then you're going to need some manifestation herbs and crystals.
And if you keep taking your baths with that manifestation herbs and crystals, you're going to have to get it again.
some more. And that plumber
The plumber's going to love you.
plumber probably is putting his crystals in a muslin, is what I would put it in, muslin bag, and he's probably putting it down into the water, and he's manifesting a lot of money,
And he's
while
making it off of you.
everybody else is pouring their crystals right down into the drain. Not their crystals, but their herbs.
And Carlton said, yeah, and mold, because once they're down in those drains,
Oh.
it could grow mold down in
Ooh,
there.
yes.
Especially if you have like a tub, bath tub, and then you have a separate shower. And if you take showers more than the bath, it kind of gets in there and kind of stuck in there for a little while and not getting washed through.
Yeah, I think we made our point.
Yeah, so
So-
don't do that, guys.
Not
Use
a good idea.
Cheesecloths, muslin, organza bag, any of that stuff.
It's an N on the end.
Muslin.
Muslin. Here we Are you playing the same sound every time?
Yes.
I don't know
Because
the
this is you.
different. Well, which one's you? They all sound the same to me. Well, that one's just longer
Yeah.
and more
So-
disgruntled.
I mean, that was some big chunks of herbs out in the bath. Like,
What was the stuff over to the side in the bowl?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure it was more herbs.
Like soy sauce. I don't know
It
what
did
that-
look like soy sauce. That was her finish out. It's a soy sauce. It's a soy wash.
Oh, I feel bad for that.
Like, oh,
Oh my goodness.
so
Okay,
that was a-
but I will say this: that the baths are really wonderful. Those tea baths or herb baths or whatever you want to. There's a bunch of different names. Are great if you do them the proper way. They're really, really good. They're very relaxing. But you don't want to do them like that. So, did anybody else write down? They all know,
yeah,
right? Yeah, that was pretty obvious on that one. Okay, so TikTok so far,
so
not doing very well on TikTok
how
so
about?
far.
All right, so this one right here is for all you people who believe everything you see on TikTok. Okay, this one's
Now,
actually
this
really good.
guy has a bunch of stuff on TikTok. Just FYI,
Thousands of people in the spiritual community with one anecdotal claim in less than 15 hours. An account called 5D Developer. In short, I pretended to be a TikTok developer working on a secret project called Project Astral. My claim was that the users of TikTok are having their pineal gland interrupted by this code. Basically just a bunch of shit I made up off the top of my head. Within 15 hours, I got 3,000 followers, 70,000 video views, and people messaging me how they can stop this. I wanted to show how easy it is to make any claim and have people believe you, and why you should raise your standards of evidence given certain claims. Now, I know I did a video already explaining this, but it would really help me out if you guys could share this video, like the video, do anything you can to kind of show how easy it is to be tricked. If you're like me and you think that beliefs cause action, and that action can affect the people around you and be very dangerous, then please share this video. Here's how I tricked thousands of people in the spirit.
Okay,
So-
so he did.
Yeah, he actually did. And I went and looked just to make
He's
sure
not
he
the one
did.
I was thinking of. There's another
Yeah,
guy
there's
that
another,
looks
yeah.
kind of like him, but his hair's a lot more disheveled.
I keep turning it down.
His hair's like, and this other guy has just a mess of a hairdo, and he has a bunch of videos out there. I was watching them today; they were pretty funny.
But he did. He actually had 3,000 followers in just a few hours, really, because he made all this stuff up. And so you need to really pay attention to what you're listening to, or even what you're saying on TikTok, because people are out there and they just believe everything.
Right. And it's not being guarded as carefully as some of the other things, like for disinformation, like Facebook is right now.
It's pretty much you say whatever on there. You just can't be bobbing your boobies around and stuff like that.
I thought you could do that too.
Not on TikTok.
Not on
That'll get you
TikTok.
shut down. That'll get you
How do you
quickly
know?
shut down. Because I see people to make comments about it all the time. Not that I'm on there bobbing my boobies.
Could be.
I could. If you want, if that's what you want me to do. I'd probably I shake my ass on TikTok.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I get more
Okay.
views.
He probably would. We'd get more views than we would for Soultopia, probably. Okay. So what else you got?
All right, so let's see here. Let me get back over here. Where are all my Moldavite ones at? So, where the heck?
So Moldavite this whole thing started about a year ago, and it's kind of fizzled and now out. But Moldavite has been popular for a long time, so we've been selling it for years. But when the TikTok craze first hit, Moldavite became one of the first things we noticed that, oh my gosh, TikTok is driving sales. Right, Matt? It was just like...
Yeah, I remember you saying that like you couldn't find it anywhere because everybody was coming in here trying to get it.
Right. And then combine that with this app called Wish, which you should never buy from, because seriously, I will call them out. Just don't. They pirate decks. They copy things. And from friends of mine, that work hard to make decks, right? And so they just basically steal their artwork, they steal their decks, they put it on cheap paper, and they sell you a card deck that should cost you, probably what, $23, $24 to $30, because it takes a lot to do that, and they're selling them for $5, $7. So you're not getting the real thing, right? So people buy Moldavite, and they were coming in and like, this is Moldavite, right? And we're like, you paid what, $5 for that? No,
Nope,
that's
it's not.
glass. It's
And it's hard to tell too on some of them because they come in and it'd be like oh, look at this, and it was literally a chip.
so what was it that they were saying back then that Moldavite? What made it go so
Hold
crazy?
on.
Do you know?
Well, it does because it releases things from you that is no longer serving you, no longer for your highest good.
Well, so
Or-
they say. I never thought of Moldavite that way.
Or
Okay, that was
1 month after getting
This.
Moldavite. They say if your first baby is a boy, you most likely needed to know the real meaning of love. 1 month after getting Moldavite.
I just put in Moldavite pregnant.
okay.
$18 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
I hate to tell you, but you didn't get pregnant because of the Moldavite. It's because you can't keep your legs closed.
Roger,
I am so in love with my baby bump.
that's rude. Don't blame the woman.
Well, maybe it's the guy.
I know. Well, that's you need to retract that statement.
Actually, it's just how it is.
So
But they get on and they're talking about like the Moldavite, so, how it did this and how it did that. No.
So
Well-
people are saying that it helped them get pregnant. Is that what the idea
Yep.
is
Yes.
there?
Wait, and there's another one Lizzie sent me.
and there's nothing. When we first had Moldavite, basically the idea of Moldavite is that it helps you connect with otherworldly beings. It has you connect with, because Roger, it's a tektite.
Yes.
Or actually, it's not. It's an impactite.
Impactite.
It's an impactite.
Well, it's also, people got on there and said, this one is from space. It's not from space.
It's not from space.
Okay.
And
it was
so-
created that way, but not.
Created, and there's only 2 sources that we got it, can get it from, and now only 1. And we've had a whole show on it, remember, Matt? And a whole show about where to get it. Roger's pretty good friends with the people, the proper people in the Czech Republic that you can get it from. And they were finding dead bodies because people were digging in these trenches, and they were going in on property, trespassing where they weren't supposed to be to try to get this out in the woods. And then they were finding just bodies and bodies of people that just weren't making it out of.
Yeah.
You tell it better than I do. And so they had to change the laws on it.
The laws
so
have
the
been
price started
drastically
going
changed.
up. And so not only that happened about the same time that this crazy TikTok stuff started coming out. And I had never, for all the years we stole Moldavite, it was all about just, I'd put it on my third eye, and you can feel it. Moldavite is very, very useful. It's very, very much will take you, like you'll astral travel if you want to astral project, if you want to have almost like hallucinations in your dreams, like crazy dreams. It will do that.
Yeah.
It really does work if you have a real Moldavite. It's very, very high ascension. But it has nothing to do with your sacral chakra at all and getting pregnant. Not one thing.
How about this one? This is also a Moldavite, okay? Whoops. I hit the screen. Sorry, guys. Of course, got to turn back down.
Earring. Who wants it? Bonk! No more parents! That's right. Just like they don't touch me. $40 Moldavite earring. Who wants it? Bonk! No more parents!
Oh, so is she implying that the Moldavite got
Moldavite
rid of her
killed her
parents?
parents?
Yeah,
Oh,
Moldavite,
okay.
the $40 Moldavite earrings killed her parents.
That's a lot of power.
The $40 Moldavite earrings from Wish killed her parents because they wouldn't be $40 from here.
Exactly.
Okay, so that was the Moldavite craze, and that's when we first started noticing it because it was I was like, Roger had an account on TikTok with the dogs, and he fed them crazy things. Okay, so Roger feeds the dogs like Kool-Aid pickles, hot fries.
They like hot
Cheeto
fries.
They love hot Cheeto fries, the Frenchies. And the English bulldog, that would really upset her stomach. But I'm sure it does the Frenchies too. But they love it. And so he got followers. And then he posted something for Soultopia. And then all of a sudden, boom, bunch of, from one little post. He got like 4,000 followers. I don't think we've gotten any more since then, have we?
Yeah.
We
get
have.
them every
when you
day.
post.
Yeah.
But we gather a few every day. But the whole thing was because of this Moldavite craze is how we realized, oh my gosh, it is what's driving sales, right, Roger?
Yep.
For people have no clue that this is what is driving. I think a lot of places and stores and businesses did not really realize the impact early on of what TikTok was doing because it was huge. And the other one was Carnelian.
Yes,
And did you have that one?
I had. No, there's several of them.
I'll tell you all about
Here it is.
Carnelian. Okay,
Wait,
go ahead.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. Because Carnelian is a very affordable stone.
Oh wait, she doesn't talk. So it says on there, wearing my carnelian necklace on my fingers, so everyone falls for me. So they think if you wear carnelian, everybody's gonna.
And
fall
it was
for
that
you.
one. Was that the one
No,
TikTok
there
that
was
did it?
no, there's several. There was another one. Where's that
And
other
so
one?
all of a sudden, Carnelian, which is a sacral chakra, that's your passion, that's your creativity, it's your second chakra. It's like 2 wits below your belly button. That's where all of a sudden, it's like an easy stone to get. It's not expensive. all of a sudden there was this rush in our store for, oh, we have to have carnelian. We need more carnelian. And I think we still are having it. Still crazy. And it is good for that. I mean, it's good for your, passion, sexuality, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It also, by the way, keeps your hands warm if you put it in your pockets, hand warmers. I find them in all my sweaters. I'll be like, where are my carnelians? And then when I get my sweaters out and coats out for Christmas, I find them. Like kind of those hot pad things that you take when you go skiing that you crunch up. Same thing. And they really work. It also will minimize your anger if you have anger issues. That stuff is real. I mean, it really works. But does it pull in like a boyfriend just because you wear it? If you believe it, it might. That placebo effect, it might do that actually. But it certainly brought a lot of people into our store wanting carnelian. Just, thank you to all those people who wrote that on TikTok. But we didn't jack the prices up because they're thinking, oh, this should cost, all this money because this is going to get me the love of my life. And no, I mean, it didn't. It was just.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And the other one I was looking for, I can't find it, but it was it's all about the, they say carnelian brings love in, or it's just makes the lustful love fall. And to be honest, I'd never really heard that with carnelian before the TikTok, fad kind of hit on it. And it's like, don't believe that's how that works. There's other crystals that are actually much better for that.
There are. What are they?
So, well, first of all, I would do rose quartz because rose quartz is about self-love. And if you don't have love for yourself, it's hard to let somebody else come in. So you're good to start with that with either rhodonite and rhodochrosite in there too.
Right.
Unakite's good too because a lot of times that has a lot to do with the heart chakra. And unakite has the green and the pink blend mix. So it helps with that heart chakra, boosting it out for you too.
This one I could see a little more though, because they were at the right chakra for passion, for lust, for if that's what you're wanting. If you're wanting love, they were sort of at the wrong chakra. Okay, you're going to want more of the pinks and the greens, but if you're wanting just pure, it's just pure lust and passion and sex, then you might want to be at the, which that's fine if that's what you're looking for. You're wanting the orange. I've got an orange. So does Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't tell me.
What color do you have on?
He's got an orange in his hat.
You got an orange in your hat, so we're all very lustful. Okay, but that is the sacral chakra. It's also about creativity. So carnelian is a whole lot about creativity too. Carnelian can help artists. They can help writers, things like that. Help you with public speaking.
So there's much better things to use it for than love, for sure.
Than love, right? But I could sort of see where they went to be. If they were wanting to just draw in like a one-night stand, a hookup. Is that what it's still called?
A hookup?
I don't know. The common term now, the vernacular for that. But we'll just leave it at that.
I don't know.
I don't know. What's it called? I don't know.
Huh?
I have no idea.
I wasn't looking at you like you would know.
All right, so
somebody listening will know.
So how about this? We'll go from that one to this one then. Y'all are going to love this one. Let's see.
Hey, so this is...
So this is a spell if your guy's cheating on you. I guess it could go either way, though.
All right, hold on. So, what was she putting in there?
So it says
I assume it was she. I'm sorry.
Black pepper, thorns, chili peppers, insects of some kind, wasp nest, graveyard dirt, and something to tie it all together.
In the boxers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so
I feel like if you just left that stuff in there, you'd stop anybody from cheating.
I think that's probably the best bet. Just grind it all up. Do the laundry in it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think if he saw her doing that, he'd probably be like, "Oh hell no," and get away from her. I don't think you'd even have to. There'd be no need for the magic to even take effect. I'd be like, "Bye." You're crazy.
I think this takes a lot more energy than just a baseball bat.
Roger.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah. So what did he supposedly do? Did he cheat on her?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe he did deserve it, but
is that easier than just breaking up with a person?
They're very reasonable. The
Gotta burn their
mind of the
boxers with a wasp
Capricorn over
nest,
here.
and that's it.
Right?
What's wrong with
how we do these
a key in the car or slashing
We've got the
tires?
There you go.
Scorpio,
Good old
the
fashioned.
Cancer, and the Capricorn's view
I'm just
on
saying.
this, okay?
You know,
So,
I mean,
Matt, how
really
would you
does he-
handle this? I'm saying, as a Cancer, I would probably key the car. And then I would probably call everyone they know. And then, let's see, I'd probably call their parents if their parents care.
What's this?
And then I'd probably do that too.
This is yeah.
But I know better spells than that.
Yeah.
That one, I wouldn't want to touch their nasty underwear. What would you do as a Scorpio? Really, Roger? Now I'm finding out.
I think there's better ways if you're going to use their underwear to use their underwear for something.
What would you do?
You know,
Should I ask, Madam? I'm walking
Yeah,
into
that's probably
dangerous
not a good
territory
one.
here. So let's pause a moment and say we do sell things, herbs and things like that, and we're not making fun of people who do have practices where they do rituals and use spells and crystals and all kinds of stuff for herbs and spells. For me, just my personal moral compass is I hope that I have a big enough self-esteem that I don't have to stoop to that if somebody's cheating on me. Instead, I just light a shit ton of candles.
Oh yeah, we know how that worked for you. When you did that time, I had a week's worth of clearing of the house.
I just get every candle that I can find, and y'all have heard me say this, and Roger just hides them, and I just light all of them. And I don't even know what they're going to do. I'm just like, I'm mad. And then I just light them all.
Taking it out on these candles.
And then some big demons in the house, and Roger has to
She has so
banish
many.
it.
Yeah, from that time period of what she's talking about, I was cleaning out some boxes out of the garage the other day, and I was like, "Damn, this freaking box is heavy." And I opened it up, and it had like 15 candles in it, and they'd never been burnt. They were all new.
Oh,
candles.
I want those. What'd you do with them?
I don't know.
But you don't have. But so I believe in using the herbs and all the things like that. But you need to be careful because if you believe in karma at all, the karma is going to come back to you threefold at least.
Well,
So
what was that spell supposed to do? That they just did.
That
Was that
Did she
supposed
say?
to punish them?
No,
Was that
but
supposed
it
to get
is
them
a
to stop?
punishment spell. Is what it is. Though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a punishment spell.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely what it is.
he's gonna.
Have a bad
He's
time.
he's not going to have a very useful member to himself.
Ah, I see.
Where's the thing? Let's see.
Yeah.
The sound of someone who's got their underwear burned. with
Yeah,
burnt
he's not feeling very well. So, but in reality, we have lots of friends and we sell lots of stuff where, can you do some things that you could, for me, I would want to know the truth of the matter. I'm trying to be serious here because I don't want to make fun of people who do use spells and rituals for purposes in their life for good. You could use a spell to get to discern what's truly going on because you could feel crazy if somebody's cheating on you and they're sitting there gaslighting you and acting like they're not. So you could actually do some work and you do some reading and some spells to find out, really what the truth of the matter is. So then you can move on in a healthier way in your life and not have to, do that to their underwear. And you could just kick them out, right? So,
I think that's the easiest way, right?
yeah, I think that's the better plan, the better way to go.
Okay, so this one here is going to make some people mad, I think.
Okay, here we go.
And I'll just say it before.
Matt's getting a little
Matt's like,
nervous.
oh,
He gave a little look there, like, okay.
So the thing about this one, and
Who
she's
we
not.
got?
This
Wait,
one. This
are we
one's
friends with
just.
this person?
No, we don't know. Yeah, I don't know her. And the thing is, okay. So it's a lot of people out there that
Set
are
it
very
up.
judgy. Okay, and you can say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be doing this or shouldn't be doing that." Well, how do you know? I mean,
Well,
you don't
didn't we
walk
just say
path.
that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, this one's talking about like closed practices and stuff like that.
Okay.
But to say, "Oh, you're white, you can't do that," basically is what's being said here.
Okay,
so it's
you
like
didn't
a
discuss
very
with this
mu-
me ahead of time. Okay,
This
so
was-
let me set it up. So what we're talking about is closed practices where there's certain things that only it's a big discussion right now. There are certain things that are closed. They're called closed practices. Only certain people who've been through certain orientations and things like that should be able to practice them, as opposed to open practices. And then you have what a lot of people are calling gatekeeping. Other people who are judging and determining who can do what and who shouldn't do what. So that's what is that a good
Yeah,
setup?
that's what this
Okay.
is. It's like the gatekeep. And the thing is that
And
you
there's a
don't.
lot of back and
Yesterday
forth.
we made fun of the gatekeepers, but today I want to show you what the closed practices actually are, like what they are specifically. Closed practices are those that you have to be initiated into, or it's knowledge that's handed down from generation to generation. And usually it's not free knowledge, just on the internet. Now, what's off limits? All indigenous practices, that goes for America, South America, Central Africa, everything. Nahua from Central Mexico, which are descendants of Aztec tribes. Voodoo, Jewish mysticism and the Kabbalah, Santeria and Brujeria, Pashtun mysticism, that one comes from Afghanistan and Pakistan, and I believe Romani practices are closed as well. Smudging, white sage, dream catchers, all closed. But if you're going to buy a dream catcher, make sure it is from a Native American person who can tell you about the sacredness of it and educate you in the process. If I missed any, please let me know in the comments. Yesterday we made fun of the gatekeepers.
The biggest thing about this, though.
Oh,
is the
I got
fact-
a lot to say.
I know you do. But the biggest issue I have with this is if you're prejudging or you're judging somebody about this, you don't know if this person has what their heritage is. You don't know what they've been trained in. You're just like, oh, you're this, so you can't do it.
Right.
Okay, that first of all is totally against everything you're saying.
Right.
Totally against everything you're saying.
Because you're saying don't.
You're telling me I can't do it because I'm this, but you don't know because you haven't walked my
Path.
path.
I will say that I do understand that there are some closed practices which I will honor. But I will also say this, and this is a big, big thing for me. First of all, I've talked to, and you and I have talked to people a lot about saging, Palo Santo. We've gone over it so much on this show that we're not going to go over it 100 million times again. Watch our back shows. We've talked to people who are in indigenous tribes who have given us advice regarding it, and talked to some of the do they call them chiefs still?
Yes.
In some tribes,
They're the
they
leaders.
call them leaders, or they even call them CEOs in their tribes now. And so they have said they want to share with others. Why would they? As long as you honor and give tribute to those practices, they don't have a problem with it. I have on a Santa Muerte necklace right now, and this is to protect me against black magic, and which I know that some people have tried to put on me. And so is somebody going to tell me I can't practice this? Let me tell you something. Don't, because you're not going to be happy what you get back from me. I very much, so let me just pose this question to you. If what am I limited to? If I decide that I am not totally pleased in the religion that I'm in, the choices that I have, then that means I can't go and talk to somebody in a different religion, and I can't say, tell me about your religion, which they are more than happy to tell me about the religion. And as long as I honor that religion, and I'm very, very careful to honor the people in that religion and to go through the right procedures within that religion, if it's a religion, because some of them aren't, they're practices. Santeria is a religion. There is a church of Santeria, which is a byproduct, that's in Cuba and places like that, of hoodoo, okay? Did I get that right? Hoodoo.
Yep.
Yeah. And so where am I supposed to go as someone that looks like me? Who what am I supposed to do? So I'm appropriating. If I decide I want to look into some Buddhist religions, I'm appropriating. You're appropriating then. I'm appropriating if I want to follow some things that have some Jewish things. I'm appropriating if I follow some Hindu things. I'm going to tell you that every single person on the face of the earth is appropriating something. Every person is appropriating something.
Religions are pulled from other religions. Even.
So I'm just going to tell you, you can come at me for that if you want. I put it in a really, really good way at the front of my, the introduction of my new book. And I say, I don't ascribe to any of these, but I honor all. Mm-hmm. And I try to pay homage and respect to all. And if there is a closed system that I'm very interested in, I'm going to go to the top people in that system, and I'm going to say, please explain to me how, if I'm interested in something in this religion or this, how would I become a part of this? Or how could I, if I have some interest in this, how can I bring this into my eclectic practice, because I have a very personal and it's spiritual eclectic practice, but I may not want to do everything within that religion. And I have never had anybody within the religion of Santeria, within an indigenous tribe, or anyone that I've ever talked to personally and that I've gone to with great respect say to me, oh no, you can't do that, and that's a closed thing. What I've had them say to me is, oh, let me share with you. I'm so excited to share with you because I'm so glad you're interested, because you are going to present this to people in a respectful manner.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Yeah. And it kills me is because there's a new little shop popping up. It's a small shop, and they're like kind of on the same thing. Well, I don't sell sage, and I don't sell Palo Santo, and look at this and look at that. And, we only, kind of a more witchy shop, right? But they literally say, kind of the witchy side of things is kind of a, practice there too, right? Mm-hmm. But we're open to all new beginners too. Well, wait, what? You just said two different things out of, that contradict, stop saying it. Try to open yourself up to all experiences and let people decide.
Right. And if you find that something is a closed practice, then I'd say the best thing to do is to go to the people in that practice that are high up in that practice, a priest or a high priestess or someone, and ask them, say, okay, what would be my correct course of action here? And how do I handle this in the most diplomatic and polite and respectful manner? Because I'm very interested. I'm very interested in this. Mm-hmm. And for me, right now, this is what I connect to the most. And is be it Santeria, it's where I'm reading about. It's what I connect to the most, and it's maybe I don't come from that culture, but I can tell you I've met with some people, and they are very welcoming to me, and they've invited me to things with the church. So they actually are, if you really believe in something strongly, you typically want to share it with other people. You're not so closed about it. I can compare it to Reiki. Reiki was a very, very closed system. When Reiki came out as an energy practice, it was extremely, extremely closed. You weren't supposed to share the symbols with anyone else, and now you can find them all over the internet. And eventually what happened was Madame Tusaki, I believe, is when she brought it over to the United States. She decided, it was Usui was in Japan, but when she brought it over to the United States, to Hawaii first, she said, if this really can heal people, then why wouldn't I want the most people that I could ever give this to be able to have access to it? If it really, really, really works, why would I want to keep it to myself? I would want to share it with other people. And so if something really, really will help people, then don't you want to share it with other people? The other thing that really gets under my skin is when somebody is very prideful about, well, I come from this lineage of whatever. I come from a long lineage of Lutherans, so can I be the only person who's a Lutheran? No. I come from a long lineage of witches, so I'm the only one who can claim to be a witch. No, I don't buy into it, and I think it's ego, and I think we're entering into a new paradigm that realizes we're all one, and it's time that we need to bind together and dispense with some of those. But let me emphasize before everybody jumps on me, because they will, that it comes with a lot of paying honor and tribute to those, and homage and respect.
Yep.
Okay. And really studying what you're dealing with. Okay.
Well, and a perfect example of that. Remember when Thomas Powers was on? I mean, because he just ended up at the church out of went with a friend. He didn't even know where he was going, and now look where he is today. And he's got several books about it and everything else.
I mean, he owns funeral homes, and he's
very big into that.
And he went to the church, and they took him and for Santa Muerte, right? And so, to me, it's just, I find it fascinating because she's the goddess. She's over death, and to me, that's as big a part of life is death. It's just as important, and she accepts everyone. She turns no one away. And when I went through so many things in my life at the age of 30, it was so important to me. I felt so like I had let everybody down in my life. And I can tell you, if I'd known about that at 30, I would be so entrenched in that religion right now that it's not even funny. And I would have found refuge there, because she would not keep that a close practice. I can tell you, Santa Muerte would not do that.
Yep.
Okay?
All right. Here you go. Okay.
I've talked to her, so I know. I'm just telling you. Try it. She will respond.
All right, so let's get this back over here. All right, you'll love this one.
Real using fire. Do not try this at home. Salt trip.
They're testing their crystals to see if they're real or not.
Real. The burn marks wipe off and the crystal is unaffected.
What crystal is it?
Opalite.
Opalite.
That one's opalite. The other one was highlight.
Oh, good Lord.
Fake. The crystal stays brown and misshapen.
Well, you didn't wipe it as hard as you did the other one. And this one, they barely even leave it on there.
Fake. Color geoda. Real. Testing if my crystals are real using fire.
So, get your crystals from a reputable source. Don't go to the dollar store or Wish or Amazon or... I mean, there's so many freaking places out there where they have fake crystals. Don't do it. Just go somewhere where there's plenty of good shops around.
Does that work though? Lighting them on fire like that? Is that a way to test?
Tell you some of them. That
Some
does.
would.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we'll
but
give you
not
some
all of them.
examples. An example would be amber. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so real amber will burn though. Fake amber melts.
Yeah.
But then you lose kind of your amber piece because you just
Yeah.
destroyed it. So it's kind of, what do I do here type thing.
Another one would be like jet, because it's a carbon, and a lignite actually, isn't it? And then it works with some, but no, not at all with all. There's about in my crystal class, I'll plug that because I want it to come back soon. I teach a certification 1 and 2. We go through all the ways to identify crystals. There's much easier ways. You can do the streak test where you streak it on the back of a tile. You can do all kinds of ways to see what kind of crystals you have and whether or not they're actually real. That's a very basic, and the crystals they were using was kind of a little bit ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be more. You could tell whether they would be plastic or glass just by looking at them.
Yeah.
Especially rose quartz.
Another one that people talk about is, oh look, this crystal, it's real crystal because it melts ice.
It does what?
It melts ice.
I've never even heard that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, crystals, because they're room temperature, That's kind of why it melts ice.
Right. Anything would.
Room temperature. You know, if it's 70
finger
degrees,
melts ice.
or
Yeah,
if you had
that's
it
what I
in the
was
car, your finger's going to melt it. Whatever. So that's just insane. What about this one? This, and then we'll get off of this too. But this one here,
Testing if my
How to tell if your crystal is real. Light it.
they put alcohol in it.
Oh Lord.
Wait a few minutes. How to tell if your
What did that
crystal is
even-
real. Light
They put alcohol around. They put it in a bowl, put their
Yeah.
crystals in it, poured alcohol on it, and lit it up. And you can tell actually a couple of these because there's one of those. Well, it's kind of one of those multicolor things. It's not real anyway. Right there in the picture. It's like
Well, that's just the alcohol that was burning, right? Or what?
yeah,
were they
there's
trying-
alcohol
yeah.
burning.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
I'm not really sure how hot that really gets to. Right, it gets the crystals to know if it's. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's plastic, it would melt it, I guess. But these aren't plastic.
Oh my gosh.
It's very rare, other than amber, that you have a plastic crystal that you can't just pick up and say, "Oh, that's fake." This shit's fake.
What kills me is like, just even being a lawyer and watching all of a sudden how many constitutional law experts there all of a sudden are, all over, the Facebook. And I took law school and I'm not even a constitutional law expert. And I practiced law for many years and I could not call myself a constitutional law expert. You just aren't unless you do that all the time. And I loved it, but I'm not an expert in it. And so now everybody gets on, all these social media things and they think they're an expert in everything. You're not an expert, people, on TikTok just because you hear a couple things. I've been studying crystals, and so has Roger, for a long time now. We've taken classes after classes after classes. We've taken geology classes. And so I teach in my classes the science behind the crystals. My first year crystal graduates know about the science behind crystals. So some of this is it's honestly just starting to piss me off a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It's starting to make me mad. So is there something funny?
So
The gatekeeping thing makes me mad.
Yeah.
But the closed practice thing, the sage and Palo Santo thing always gets to me too, because until you know where people are getting stuff from, stop insulting what people are doing and talking about.
well, and then we do, and we have a lot. And like you said, we have a lot of people. I have a guy who literally, he lives in California. He lives in L.A. But he travels through here like every 2 weeks because he's a truck driver. He stops here and buys here and he's Native American, just FYI, he's Native American, and he stops here and shops in the Carrollton location because he loves this store. Now he goes from coast to coast. He can stop anywhere. This is where he gets everything because when he comes in, he can get everything he wants, everything he needs, and he loves how the energy works here. And he's been coming in here for 5 years.
Yeah, and it's just,
So-
when you're talking about where somebody is getting their stuff, where I'm not talking about just Soultopia. I'm talking about, you're talking all the way back to the farmers and the miners and their families and everything. And so, shut your mouth, some of you TikTok people that don't know what you're talking about.
And that
Okay?
happens a lot. People
Yeah.
just talking about what they
Yeah,
don't know.
they're just talking out their butts. They don't have a clue.
Yeah. How do you really feel about it?
That's how I feel. Okay. I had
That-
something. I had a couple.
Did you have? Let's see what you have.
I had.
You didn't send them to me.
I meant to send them. I'll send them to you now. Oh, no, these are you sent them. These are what you
You told me
sent.
you found some, but you never sent any.
Well, maybe I sent one to Matt, but here it is.
If you text it to me, I can pull it
This
over.
this was funny. This one. Just pull up the breast exam.
I can't. You
Crystal-
got to send it to me.
Oh, I got to send it to
Yeah,
you?
text it to me.
How do I do that?
Text.
No, I'm just going to be playing it. Can't you just show it? Now I've lost it.
Y'all
you
can
just
tell
show
she doesn't
this?
know how to use TikTok, right?
Yeah, I do actually. I post on it, but I don't know how to. I know how to post on it, but I don't know how to send it to you.
Roger, I think I can send it to you.
Matt has it.
I've got it.
Okay, thank you.
Matt knows how to do everything. I don't. So this is like Matt.
Wait, now this one I love. Hang on. This one, I think, if we had one level floors everywhere in the house, I would do this. Because this would be super lazy.
They're gonna know.
I love this one. I've seen a couple of people doing this
That's
one.
great.
Nobody's gonna know.
You know, modern fixes.
Well, that would save you some time.
Yeah,
because
right?
Just so
throw
you
it on
know,
there.
seriously, Roger does house cleansings, and so he does some big old houses. So, and the same people always have you back. So you can contact Roger to
Is
come.
this just music in
get
this
the-
one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, I had a creepy dream. Do you want to hear about it? Do we have time? Okay, so you know about my doll, Annabelle. Because so y'all know Annabelle in the movies. Annabelle was actually the real doll is a Raggedy Ann doll. She's life size, and you've seen her, right, Matt? Okay, so she is now in the guest bedroom of one of our guest room bedrooms at the house.
Yep.
They
Up in the
because I had
closet.
her up here and I'd move her around the store just to freak everybody out, you know. I'd put her in different locations. I think it was your idea, Matt, that I
I don't
did.
know that. I don't remember if I said that.
We blamed it on you.
We
That's
moved
fine,
her
that's
around
fine.
the store and freaked everybody out. So I literally had, and it was such a real vision that she came walking into my room. Okay, and she didn't. Okay, just so you know. But she probably could. And because she's pretty interesting. But I had to go up there and check. And I went up there and I checked. Okay, is she still up in the closet? But she looked at me like, get me out of this effing closet. She does not. So you need that little rocking chair that my mom, because that's her rocking chair that's out wherever it is. And you get that daggum rocking chair.
It's in the garage. In the
You better
closet.
you
It's in the
better get
closet.
it
It's in the
because
closet.
you're gonna find one day that rocking chair is gonna be in the house and she's gonna be sitting in it rocking.
I'm gonna start.
Gonna freak everybody out.
I'm gonna get one of those little rig things on the rocking chair where it rocks
No,
automatically.
you don't need to do it. She'll do it. Look, listen. I'm
You're
telling
gonna
you,
be
she wants
walking
her.
through the house. That rocking chair is gonna be.
Listen to me. She wants her rocking chair. You're joking.
No,
I looked at her
I'm-
and her those big old button eyes and she was looking at me like,
Where's my
"Get
rocking chair?"
me out of this closet. I want my rocking chair." Yeah, y'all think I'm crazy.
I'm gonna put it in the
You
room
Come
with
over
Lizzie.
to that haunted house.
It's going in Lizzie's room.
on Woodcroft
sitting
Lane.
Over
It won't bother Lizzie, will it?
there. At 3 a.m. when it
It
starts
bother
rocking.
you. It would bother you. I'm telling you, she would bother me. Okay, because she does not play. All right, any more?
Oh, well, this one here.
Other one I sent?
The one you sent.
Yeah, I found one, y'all.
It's just music.
I don't even
though,
know if it
right?
applies.
Yes.
Oh my god. All right, so she's going for a breast exam and has to pull the crystals out of her bra.
They said they found something on her mammogram, and she fills all the crystals. So that's not like misinformation on TikTok, but that's probably reality.
Actually, I'm gonna just say now that's accurate because I get a lot of those. I don't have a crystal I like to get wrapped. Okay, sure. Here it is.
Yeah, they're always digging. And it's not
Okay.
just one; they're digging all.
It's like,
Really?
how many do you carry in there?
And I'm like,
So that's a common thing?
yes,
All the time.
Okay.
yes,
All the
very.
time.
You know how it used to be like cigarettes and phones and all that.
Cell
now
phones.
It's crystals.
Yeah. Well, at least
I
you're
mean,
getting
I never
healthier.
did any of that
Yeah.
Why do
because
you got your cell phone up there?
like, how many compartments do you have in there to hold stuff? Okay, so we have a little bit of time. Do you want to give just a reading for the week?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Why are you still out?
Because I think it's fun. I want to assign meanings, though. What, just mine, the growl?
No, yours is the very bottom one.
That was
That's
it,
it.
groan.
The groan, yeah.
Groan.
The groan, because we've grown at you.
Snort. Okay, so I am reading from the Dream Keeper. The Dream Keepers. I'm trying to get. Is it that mirror? That mirror. Listen to me. That camera. Dream Keepers Tarot. We have these in stock. They're really pretty by Liz Houston.
And I've got the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And first of all, Matt, I had a shocker today because Michelle's at home. She's like, I never get to order anything. And this is for you guys out there to know that you better get your butts in here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, about $30,000 worth of cards I ordered today.
Matt. So I go, she's
More
like,
than 30.
she goes, hey, I ordered, and I need you to look at it. I ordered from here, here, and here. 3 places. And I said, oh, what about the 4th place? Oh, yeah, I'll do that too. So went into the first one. Okay? She'd ordered $50,000 worth of stuff from one place.
That is not
It
true.
is.
It was 20.
It was $50,000 worth of stuff from one place.
No,
No,
it
it
was
wa-
not 50.
It was 50.
Oh, well, that's double order then.
No, it wasn't. It was 50.
Was that Llewellyn?
Yes, it was 50.
That's the publisher of my book. That's probably all my books coming in.
There you go.
I was
you
like,
know.
what the
Yeah, it wasn't 50 though, y'all. He's exaggerating.
No, I'm not.
You're going to need to go to confession over that, but it may be a closed practice and they may not let you in.
Actually,
The
it is
church is closed
you
to
have
you.
to be
You are
Catholic
not allowed to go in.
You do have to be Catholic to go to confession.
No, well, to take sacraments or to go
Yes.
to confession? Closed practice.
It's a closed
Can't
practice.
ask for forgiveness.
Although I guess join tomorrow if I wanted to,
We'll start the Church of Roger and everybody can come.
and we practice it all. Oh, I'm gonna tell you one more thing because it just happened to me that I see on TikTok that bugs the shit out of me.
Okay.
Is the shuffling, and I got 2 reasons where they shuffle until
Oh,
the
yeah.
cards pop
You
out.
don't
and
even
it
apply
reads
to
from.
read for us if you shuffle like that.
And I'll
It-
tell
it
you
ain't
why.
Gonna happen. You're not
that
going to work here.
You're first of all, you look like a sloppy. And I'm just saying, you do. You look kind of sloppy shuffling your cards. Cards just do pop out occasionally.
Occasionally
But
you'll have
if
jumpers,
you're-
but not the whole deck.
Yeah, if you're reading from jumpers, it's just because you're not a good shuffler. But
Well,
as
a
you
whole
get
bunch
like-
of jumpers.
yeah, but as you get if you read that way, as you get to be a better shuffler, your cards aren't going to pop out, and you're going to be sitting there shuffling for 15 minutes to get a couple of cards to do a reading with.
We had readers like that, and I literally, I'm like, are you just trying to make a show, or are you actually wanting to read for people? Because it's, yeah, that's my pet peeve too.
Okay, so yeah, I did think about that. I had a couple of videos pulled for that where people shuffled like that. But
It's a big deal right now.
Yeah, a lot of people like it because they see it on TikTok, YouTube, and
so
things.
they
but
expect it.
Yeah, but honestly, you know, to an experienced reader, it doesn't look that cool. But it also is as you get to be a better reader, you're not going to.
I mean,
have
do
those
you go to
jumpers.
Vegas and you see professional card? Well, they put them through the thing, but do you see people who really know how to handle cards, like cards flying all
I
over
wish
the
I
place?
could do that.
But do you see them flying all over the place, messy like that?
No, they don't. They're very professional about it. So it's nice to be professional.
Yeah, this is tacky.
Yeah. So all right.
Tacky.
Who's doing 1? Who's doing 2?
Okay, well, you can do 2 and I'll do 1. Okay, so pick a number between 1 and 2. Oh, you want to read? You want to do 3?
I can.
You
Yeah,
can
sure.
say no if you want.
No,
So,
fine, I
and
can.
Matt will explain how he reads. So let's have Matt do 2, and I will do 3. You go with 1, Roger.
All right. So number 1's. All right. So
We're
I
already a
pulled.
little bit over, so.
I pulled this card here, which is a strength card, and I also got the because when I picked my deck up to put it back in the box.
Did you have a jumper?
I didn't have a jumper. It's just I picked my deck up, and this card was just sitting there ready to go, which was the High Priestess card. Okay, so one thing is, you probably noticed, it's also 2 major cards. Okay, so one was on the top, one was on the bottom, so 2 major cards. So this week you're going to have some major things going on. Even though we think about it, it's like the first week of the new year, right? Kind of our first week back to work, kind of get back to school, things like that. But you're going to have some things that are major. But you'll also notice it because it's a strength card and the High Priestess card. So, I really think it's some things hitting you that's more spiritual than anything else. It's not like, oh, we've got some major deals going on at work, got some major things in life as far as like relationships, things like that. I think it's more of a spiritual strengthening for you this week that you can actually focus in on. And it might be a good week to maybe get into a meditative state and really go to your inner self and really bulk up and kind of visualize how you wish this whole year to go.
Okay, and while I'm reading number 2, will you please think of a question, because we did promise last week we'd give a giveaway. So think of a question.
What?
Okay, so I'm reading for all of you who picked. Or no, Matt's reading for
My
the
number
number
2?
2s. Yes. So Matt, you're up. If
Okay.
you pick number 2, Matt's reading's for you.
Yeah, and so like Michelle mentioned, I look at Oblique Strategies, which has been a long-running sort of creative deck of cards that has some sort of prompting phrases on them to get you to think a little differently, and this is on an app. And I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit opposite. I do like this as like a New Year reading, though, and I might be a little opposite of Roger's. This says, do something sudden, destructive, and unpredictable. And I want to, I look at that and I feel like destructive has like a negative connotation, but I don't think that necessarily has to mean that, because it could be just changing something that you need to change, or getting rid of something that destroying something that you need to get rid of. So I don't know, maybe if you've felt like there's something you need to change about your life in the coming new year, do something sudden, destructive, and unpredictable. I like that.
I like it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
A little urging.
Because you can deconstruct something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Destroying something is not necessarily a bad thing
It's not.
sometimes if it needed to go.
That's right.
Kind of like the Tower card.
That's right. Very good. I like it. And for me, I got, and it might be different, because the number 1s and the number 2s might have
Sure.
something they need to hear differently for themselves. So I got the number 3, and you're thinking of a question, right?
got it.
Why don't you go ahead and ask, and then I'll
All right,
do the number
so,
3, so
yeah,
we get
so-
out of here.
So the winner gets, I'm watching here also on the SoulWhat page. So it's a choice of Soultopia bracelet. Okay, your choice. You just let
Okay.
us know. Where does Moldavite come from?
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
said
where
it
does
one time.
Moldavite come from?
And first
And
one
I'm
to
watching.
answer,
All right.
besides Soultopia,
Yeah. Soultopia is not the
the
correct
original
answer.
source. And while he's saying that, it's an impactite,
Impactor.
and we're not talking about where it comes from the,
Not space.
Space.
Space is not the correct answer.
so
Nobody
it's
said that.
it's a country, right?
Yes. Yes.
Or a province, a country.
Country.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and you're reading for number
Okay.
3s.
So I'll be reading for number 3s, and you'll be watching number 3. Well, they're not going to listen, because they're trying to figure out the answer to that question.
They went to Google to find
They
out.
went to Google, because I did say it, but I only said it one time.
Got a winner. Go
Got
ahead.
a winner.
And then
Okay.
I'll tell you who the winner was.
All right. So number 3s, and you might want to write on there, Ashley at soultopia.guru, unless they live here.
I already know who it is.
Okay. So number 3s, I got for you. Can you put this beautiful card? See how pretty these are? The 9 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting for all the number 3s, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. This applies to you. I feel like this is a New Year's, the beginning of the New Year's too. I will say that my New Year's, I'm on TV in Portland, I believe on Thursday, and I had to turn in my pre-predictions. And they're not so incredibly positive. In fact, the TV station wrote back and said, well, I wish these were a little more positive. But I have to be honest. But this for the number 3s feels fairly positive. A 9 of Pentacles, you're getting close to that 10 of Pentacles, which is the top of your success with your finances, but it's also a freedom with your finances. So what I'm getting for you is that you're getting into a place where you're not overextended, and you're going to be getting more into that place where maybe where you used to like literally live way above your means, or do things that, whether that you spent everything, even if you were making the most you could make, or the not making much at all, you still spent everything you made, that you're getting to a place where you understand you have to have all that junk, and you're getting to really enjoy just doing some things without it all being about spending money all the time. So there's a lot of independence and freedom in that. I want to tell you one more thing I see in this card. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm not sure which side it's on. I think it's on this side. It seems like there's a little figure of a person. And this seems like this is maybe for one person in particular, or a couple of people. It feels like there's a little figure poking through here. And I feel like this is somebody who has really had a hard time getting over the loss of a child, and I know this sounds very serious, but and maybe the fact that they're not with their child as much, like half the time with their child, half the time not with their child, but this is just showing you your child's always with you. You always have the protection, and the angels are helping you always have the protection around your child as this draping of this veil goes out from this lady's arm. And so you're always having a safety protection, and the angels and the child's guardian angels are with the child always. So you can have your freedom and your independence even when the child's not with you. And I feel like it's more of maybe they're off with a different parent or something like that, that you can always feel safe and secure and go ahead and enjoy yourself and have some independence while during that time, instead of just sitting there worrying the whole time that the child will be safe. So that's the other message I get I'm reading for the number 3s, right? For the number 3s. But this is a good card for the number 3s. Okay?
Very
All
good,
right.
very good.
So, who'd we get?
Kathy.
Who won?
Kathy won.
Okay, Kathy. So, what'd she win?
Choice of Soultopia bracelet.
Oh, well, that's a good prize. And we're going to be coming out with a new I'm a Soultopian bracelet. I'll be announcing soon, but if y'all know somebody who you feel like's been like really supportive of Soultopia through the years, we're trying to go back right now to the ones who've been there around for a long time, and then we'll kind of work our way up. You can always nominate those people too. We've had 2 so far, and they've done really, really well, is my understanding.
I nominate Sasquatch.
We have a Sasquatch bracelet.
Y'all quit making it because you
Well,
said,
we need to make them again. But it's hard to get the wood sometimes. But the things that we have coming up is tomorrow. Oh, no, what's today?
Today's
Tuesday. Friday, we have Tarot Takeaways with Sally Red Rose Robinson. And we are on, I believe, The Sun. And that's on Instagram at 1 o'clock. And then we have... Roger, tell us what else we have.
Intuitive Insights Thursday night.
Thursday night. Before that, we have Intuitive Insights, and we're doing psychometry. So if you'll bring an item, we will read that item. Bring something that has some special meaning. That's always a really good class. So not only do you get to learn to read and from the energy of an item, you also will get a reading from that item. If there's an item you really wanted to get some information from, it does not have to be from somebody who's passed, but it can be. And then we have
bracelets and
Bellinis.
However,
it's sold out. If we could
sold
get
out.
15 more or 10 more, I would add another one.
Yeah,
so let
totally
us
sold
know. We
out.
already had one person, but that's totally sold out. And then on January the 10th at 7:30, I have a free event on Zoom because I don't do vision boards. I have never made a vision board in my life ever, but I'm going to just say it. I'm really good at manifesting. So I manifest in different ways, and I will teach you how. Without, if you don't like to do all the painting and the tape and the scissors and the cutting out of magazines, that's not how I do it. And so we're going to do that free on Zoom. And then, of course, we have coming up, one of the most important things I want to announce is our Tide event, the International Divination event in May. Here in Dallas, and we'll be bringing speakers from all over the world, literally, and the country primarily. And we'd love it if you guys would go ahead and start signing up for that. If you want to apply to be a speaker and or a vendor, you can also email us or go online to get information about that. My new book, Spirits Unveiled, is available at Amazon now for pre-order, and Still the Magic of Connection. And other than that, anything else, you guys?
Nope.
All right, Matt, thanks for staying over.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
you. And we will see. We have a guest. Next time we will be doing readings. Let me just say this one more thing. We will be doing readings. Normally, that's the last week of the month. But then we have a very, very special guest the last Tuesday of the month.
She changed?
She did. She needed to change, and she's
Well, I'll be damned.
and check it out. Check it out. And we will be in Miami when we're doing that show with her. And so I'm trying to focus, and Roger keeps interrupting me. But she will, and she has written. She's with Hay House. She's written a lot of books, and one of them is called Brave, and she's very well known. And so. And I'm just drawing a blank on her name right now. I'm sorry. I'll bring
I
one
thought
on Roger.
Pamita was next week.
Okay. Well, so maybe it is Pamita. I don't know. Check our schedule on SoulWhat on Facebook and sign up for our email. Go on to our website, and everything's posted everywhere, and on TikTok. Believe it or not, and follow our
It's
TikTok.
Sheila is on the 18th.
It's Sheila that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
She's with Hay
she's
House.
on the 18th.
Yeah, she's with Hay House, and she's a very, very well-known author with Hay House. And so check us out, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Thanks for listening to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. If you're intrigued, searching, or looking to schedule a reading of your very own, visit us in sunny Dallas, Texas, or visit us online at facebook.com/Soultopia Holistic Boutique. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting platform to be the first to hear new episodes every Tuesday at 7:30 Central.